Hello and welcome back to Eurofootball Daily. With the transfer window well underway, we are profiling 10 Wonderkids that could improve your club. Let's go. 10. Rik van Drongelen. 4 wins in Hamburg's final 6 league games couldn't prevent relegation, their first from the Bundesliga since its inception in 1963. Their 55-year stay ended after they failed to recover from a 15-game winless run between December and March. But they have always had a fantastic ability to spot and nurture talent. After all, this was the club where Hassan Salihamidzic and Son Heung-min made their names. And so it proved this season as well, with youngsters like Wallace and Jan-Fert Arp getting regular minutes. But arguably the most exciting emergence was that of 19-year-old Dutch centre-back Rik van Drongelen. He made 18 Bundesliga appearances, 16 of which starts, after signing from Sparta Rotterdam on a 5-year deal for €3 million in August 2017. Comfortable in a 4 or on the left-hand side of a 3, Van Drongelen excelled, making 3.1 tackles and interceptions per 90, the same as Samuel Umtiti, and 3.7 clearances per 90. Although another season of regular minutes in the Bundesliga 2 would only help his development, this player certainly has a big future ahead of him. 9. Ismail Assar. Nothing seems to faze 20-year-old Rennes winger Ismail Assar. He arrived in Metz from Senegal in July 2016, aged just 17, and hit the ground running, scoring 5 Ligue 1 goals in 31 appearances, as Les Granais finished a respectable 14th. This form earned him a call-up to the Senegal squad, with whom he is travelling to Russia with this summer, and amidst interest from Barcelona, a €17 million move to Rennes, all before he turns 21. But how has he achieved so much so young? Well, one of Sarr's main strengths is his versatility, as he is comfortable playing as a striker, a left winger, or in a more withdrawn role. And although the 17-18 campaign started in disastrous fashion with a knee ligament injury, he rallied to make 22 Ligue 1 appearances, scoring 5 and assisting 3 in the process. Bouncing back from this horrific injury to have an involvement in 16% of Rennes' league goals, helping the club to a 5th place finish, is no mean feat. A confident dribbler, Sarr completes 3.1 dribbles per 90, more than Chelsea's Willian, and fires off 2.1 shots per 90, getting 54% on target, putting Marseille's Florian Thauvins 52%, who finished second in the race for the Golden Boot, to shame. This kid certainly has a big future. 8. Christian Pulisic. Christian Pulisic is well known by now, but the strength of his performances over the last few years merit his inclusion. People forget that despite breaking into the Dortmund side 3 years ago under Thomas Tuchel and becoming the youngest US goalscorer and the youngest ever foreign goalscorer in the Bundesliga, Pulisic is still only 19. Dortmund had a disappointing season, going through 2 managers, finishing 4th, a massive 29 points off Bayern, the second biggest gap of the last 10 years, and in truth, Pulisic's productivity, creativity and shot statistics were all down on the 16-17 campaign. But taken in isolation, the winger statistics were still impressive, with 4 goals and 5 assists, at an average of a goal contribution every 0.4 games. While the American is still creating a steady 1.3 chances and getting 1.6 shots off per 90, where he truly stands out is his dribbling. For one so young, he is incredibly comfortable with the ball at his feet and completed 3.1 dribbles per 90 last season, the 4th most in the Bundesliga. Pulisic has 2 years remaining on his current deal, but expect a few clubs to attempt to prize him away this summer. 7. Kieran Tierney. Kieran Tierney, 6 trophies to his name, 3 consecutive Young Player of the Year awards, captain Celtic and Scotland, all before he turns 21. Wow. The left-back, who grew up in the same town as Celtic legend and Lisbon lion Tommy Gemmell, has been at the club since he was 7. He made his debut under Ronnie Dyler, but it is Brendan Rodgers who turned them into an imperious domestic force, winning 71% of all his games, going 69 games unbeaten and winning 2 consecutive domestic trebles. Tierney has been a massive part of that success, making 95 appearances over the last 2 years. And with the emergence of Liverpool's Robertson, Tierney has been forced to prove his versatility, playing right back during 3 World Cup qualifiers and even centre-back against England in June 2017. With names like Man United and Atletico rumoured to be interested, it seems only a matter of time before he gets to test himself weekly against the very best. 6. Justin Kluivert. Often sons of footballers struggle to replicate the achievements of their fathers. Born into a life of privilege, they frequently lack the same desire to succeed, and Justin Kluivert certainly has a lot to live up to. His father Patrick played for Ajax, Milan and Barcelona, scored 40 goals for Holland and won the Euro 2000 Golden Boot. But so far, his 19-year-old son has started brightly. The left winger only made his debut for Ajax in January 2017 and has already racked up 56 appearances for the club. Despite missing out on the Eredivisie title for the 4th consecutive season, the 33-time Dutch champions have a gem in Kluivert, who scored 8 goals and provided 5 assists in just 28 league games. For one so young, Kluivert is very well rounded, with the ability to beat a man, completing 3 dribbles per 90, and the confidence to have a go, shooting 3 times per 90, with 51% of these shots from outside the area. His 54% accuracy is therefore very impressive. Having announced he will refuse to sign a new contract after the club attempted to sell him behind his back to Spurs, a transfer this summer seems inevitable. 5. Santiago Ascacibar. Santiago Ascacibar's 41 appearances for Estudiantes during 2016-17 not only helped the club finish third in the Argentine Primera division, but persuaded VfB Stuttgart to take an £8 million punt on him. De Rotten may have been languishing in 14th at the end of January, but just one loss in their final 14 games saw them finish 7th, just 4 points off third. And whilst they didn't win any entertainment prizes with just 36 goals in 34 games, they only conceded 36, the second best in the Bundesliga, and Santiago Ascacibar was a key reason. The 21-year-old made 27 appearances in the middle of the park and was the ultimate destroyer, making 4.8 tackles and interceptions per 90, the same as four-time Champions League winner Casemiro in La Liga. Only 6 players in Germany's top flight made more tackles than him, and he matches this with an impressive 84% pass accuracy. And though his team only saw 47% of the ball last term, Ascacibar is progressive when he receives it, with 60% of his passes going forward. Valued at just €15 million, the Argentine would be a steal in today's market. 4. Issa Diop. Despite his side flirting with relegation this season and only surviving via a playoff, Toulouse's 21-year-old centre-back Issa Diop can hold his head up high. They were slightly unfortunate to be dragged in. They finished just a point behind 3 teams, with 6 teams scoring fewer goals and the same number having an inferior goal difference. Whilst their immediate future may be in re-establishing themselves in Ligue 1, Les Voilats fans can at least look to the future with confidence as youngsters such as keeper Lafont, right-back Amir Nadou and centre-back Issa Diop emerged. Despite only recently turning 21, Diop has already made 85 appearances for the club, playing in 68% of their league matches over the last 3 years. In 17-18, Diop was a rock for the club, performing well above expectations in his 34 league appearances. At 6'4", he is unsurprisingly good in the air and won 57% of his aerial duels, more than Spurs' Davinson Sanchez, whilst also making 3.6 tackles and interceptions per 90. Capped 38 times for France's youth teams and a member of their victorious Under-19 Euros campaign in 2016, despite their ridiculous strength and depth, it seems only a matter of time before Diop breaks into the senior side. 3. Gianluigi Donnarumma. With 125 appearances for Milan and 6 caps for his country, Donnarumma is certainly the most experienced on our list, but that doesn't make the 19-year-old's achievements any less remarkable. Donnarumma's AC Milan debut saw him become the youngest Serie A keeper for 73 years, and he has missed just 8 league games since. And whilst the shot stopper has never finished above 6 with the Rossoneri, he has kept a commendable 0.4 clean sheets per 90, the same as Hugo Lloris and better than Keylor Navas' 0.2. That's despite Milan conceding 33 goals more than Spurs and 11 more than Madrid over those 3 years. Once the darling of the San Siro, Donnarumma's relationship with the Milan Ultras has been strained to breaking point in recent months. Last summer he had fake money thrown at him during an Italy Under-21 game, and in December he was reduced to tears after being labelled a parasite. With the collapse of his relationship with the fans, some uncharacteristic errors in the Coppa Italia final, and with Mino Raiola pulling the strings, it seems highly unlikely we will see him at the San Siro anytime soon. 2. Santi Mina. Between November 2015 and June 2017, Valencia went through 7 managers, but could only muster 2 consecutive 12th place finishes. In July 2017, determined to emerge out of this mediocrity, they appointed ex-Villarreal boss Marcelino. And whilst owner Peter Lim gave him some funds, enough to purchase Premier League rejects like Gabriel, Coquelin and Simone Zaza, by and large he was expected to work with what he had. One player who he put his faith in was 22-year-old centre-forward Santi Mina. Brought in by Nuno Espirito Santo in July 2015, aged 19 from Celta, the Spanish Under-21 international has been progressing nicely, playing over 70% of their league games during his first 2 years at the club. But Marcelino's management has brought out the best in Mina, and he averaged 0.8 goals per 90 in 17-18, the same as Luis Suarez. His average of a goal every 129 minutes is only bettered by Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo and Suarez in the Spanish top flight. With this incredible scoring record and the experience of 158 La Liga appearances by the age of 22, if Valencia were to sell, they'd surely make a profit on their €10 million investment. 1. Mason Mount. Chelsea have a reputation for letting go of promising youngsters, not just De Bruyne, Lukaku and Salah, but Chalobah, Solanke and Ake. Blues fans will be praying that it doesn't happen again with 19-year-old Mason Mount, who was tearing it up last season for Vitesse Arnhem. The Chelsea Academy member joined the club aged 6 and signed a 4-year contract with the club before treading the well-worn path to Vitesse in July 2017. The central midfielder was an instant success with 14 goals and 9 assists in 32 Eredivisie games. Not only that, but he completed 1.8 dribbles per 90 and provided 2.7 key passes per 90, the 4th best in the division. He is exceptionally mature for his age, choosing the right moments to play, as shown by the fact he completes 65% of his take-ons, not far off Neymar's 68%. All the signs are that he, alongside Loftus-Cheek, could play an important role in Chelsea's plans for the 2018-19 season, if given a chance. So that was 10 Wonderkids your club should sign this summer. What did you make of our list? Let me know in the comments down below. And while you're here, why don't you check out our great weekend content. We've got Continental Club, Stat Wars the Champions, McCubbin vs Joe, the loser edition, and of course Sunday Vibes. And as ever, people, don't forget to like and subscribe.